What is going on, everybody? It is Nick, also known as Born Gamer, and I'm sorry if this video is out of context for you guys. There's another video that's going to be posted that I previously had planned to post first, but I just recently saw the lady Trickster's video that she called like the last AC3 comp for her, and I had a lot of opinions, a lot of mixed emotions when I saw it. And instead of leaving a comment for her, I figured that people could engage in the discussion, maybe on my channel, because I know I really care what my subscribers think too. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below to her video. I definitely suggest that you watch it. You don't have to, because my commentary will kind of be detailing what she said too, but it'd be really great if you guys could watch her video, because her channel is awesome as well. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Lady Trickster, she also posts Assassin's Creed videos. I know, crazy, right? There's other people who do that except for me out there. And she's actually one of the commentators that I really enjoy her content. Her gameplay is always great. I've never seen anything from her that I disliked. There's a lot of people in the community, and I'm not going to say that. There's some people in the community that I don't think bring much to the table, and I dislike them on personal levels. So if you're one of those people, I dislike you on a personal level. But for the most part, I get along with everybody. I talk to my subscribers and engage. And the video that she made kind of seemed like she was reaching out to her subscribers, and I know she may or may not correct me on this, but it kind of came like she had a bad taste in her mouth after the entire experience with AC3. And when I see somebody that has the game on multiple platforms, somebody that has the game, prestiged on those multiple platforms, makes videos, does this DLC events, and just really committed to just the Assassin's Creed Online, like probably more than the game deserves. It says a lot to me when they can walk away with that, with like a bad experience. And I really did listen. I watched the video twice actually. I took a lot of notes. So she was watching a video on IGN, and she has a bit of distaste for the people in the comments, as well as the gameplay itself. Now, the gameplay was by a lead developer for Ubisoft, and she said he wasn't pretty good. I didn't watch the video myself, but I can pretty much tell from all the other gameplay demos for Assassin's Creed 4 multiplayer that the designers are going to be no good at the game. And it's unfortunate, because those are the people that are like supposed to be the experts on it, and when they don't represent the game in the way that people in the community see the game, it's kind of hard to bring in new people, because there's those people that troll and say, God, why don't they just focus on the single player? Multiplayer is such a waste of time. Maybe it is for you. I am one of those people that still play the Call of Duty campaigns. Some people don't ever play those, so you can make that same argument. I know Battlefield is a game too that didn't have single player for a while, so to each his own. Nobody's forcing you to buy and or play these games, so let's just leave it at that. Now, one of the first things she was talking about too was the yearly iterations, and I'm gonna kind of put the kapush on this argument right here. We can all bitch and moan. I'm not trying to single her out either, because I really did respect her video. We can all bitch and moan about how there's yearly iterations and it's no good for the multiplayer, and the same thing could be said for the single player. Every argument's different, some better than others, but we can't do anything about it. So let's just focus on what can be done. Ubisoft's making millions and millions, and they probably had revenues in the billions of dollars on this game at this point. I wouldn't doubt it with the number of games they've released and just the success of the franchise. So I'm just going to kind of focus on what we can do, and the very first thing I'm going to say is we have a voice. Everybody watching this video is probably going to spend their $60, $50, whatever it comes down to. Maybe you wait till Christmas to spend $30 on it. I don't care. You're gonna spend money on Assassin's Creed 4, and that's probably the worst possible thing you could do if you're trying to make a change to the game, but it's gonna happen. So there's a couple things that I think can be done, and you're gonna be a little bit surprised by what I say. I think some of you kind of think you know where this is going, but you're probably wrong. So hear me out before you type in some kind of raging comment down below. Now, I know a lot of people like to complain about how the game is played. Me personally, I don't like Assassinate. I don't like how people run around getting 20k games against people that have no prestige, because those are the same people that are like, wow, I fucking suck at this game, maybe I'm just never gonna play again, because obviously some guy has it figured out, and they probably think you're cheating. They probably think you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing when you're scoring 10 times more than the next person in the lobby, and they think, oh, so the only way I'm gonna get to this point is if I'm a 17th star prestige. And for us that play the game, we understand that that's not true. We know that anybody at any level could have success, but these are people that are coming from Call of Duty. These are people that are playing other games that don't quite understand how Assassin's Creed Online is played. And policing the players and just expecting people to play the game in a certain way to change like the betterment of, like, for everybody, it's just not possible. The only way that the game is going to change is if the gameplay incentivizes people to, like I said, approach the game in different styles. One thing I'll say, Lady Trickster talked a lot about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and there's a nostalgia that comes along with it, and I think one of the things that was great about that game was that it took a amount of skill. Like she was saying, Extreme Variety used to be really hard. I might have only gotten it like once or twice in ACB. I'm not saying I was the greatest ACB player ever back then. Like, knowing what I know now, I could probably pull it off every couple of 100 games. But and it's true, it was really, really hard to get back then. And for those of us that understand the struggle life that is, you know, not having these super easy bonuses that just anybody can run up the score, like your personal score. You know, there's people in Artifact Assault that are getting 10k games that it doesn't really make any sense to me, like why you care about the score. Like me personally, I'm trying to be a team player here, trying to, you know, go for the flag, or the artifact, sorry. It's an artifact, even though it's in the shape of a flag. Why you can't just call it capture the flag, I don't know. But there's a bunch of things that we don't really have control over. If other players are going to go for score, that's one of the things that we just kind of have to live with. And I'm sure, like, I guarantee you, if the game was made that scoring the artifact was like 4,000, I'm just going to give you something ridiculous. If it was 10k for every time you scored, and it was only, you know, like 100 points for a reckless kill, how much you want to bet people are just going to pass up those reckless kills and probably go for an artifact score? I'm going to say probably a lot of people are going to be trying to score the artifact, like to the point where it's so competitive that like people just really don't want to like give up the opportunity. And I'm not saying there's obviously like I just opened up a can of worms there because the balance of that mode would be awful, but you guys understand it's just basic human nature to incentivize yourself by just doing whatever it takes for you to progress your own character, whether it be in the game. You know, you might try and complete a challenge just because it's cool. Whatever makes you happy in the morning when you wake up. Just playing Assassin's Creed and getting high points is what it takes for some people, and that's why people play Assassinate. That's why people run it up on noobs, run up the score, I should say. Me personally, like I said, I've never really cared. I like getting high scoring deathmatch games, but I always think that that's incumbent on me getting a lot of good kills strung together. And you know, that's just my approach to the Assassin's Creed Online. You guys are obviously different. I'm not everybody's different. Some people are just like me, which is creepy. You should stop. You should stop copying. Stop copying. Stop copying me. So I don't know. I just kind of thought that watching her video that she also talked about how stealth is not really an option anymore, especially for new players that don't seem to understand the whole concept behind how stealth can be rewarding. And I will say that there's a video I'm posting in a few days here where it's a manhunt match, and I talk about how I like to play stealthy and it doesn't get me as many points, but it is so satisfying for me to see other people run around my blended group where I've morphed it and I've sent a decoy out, and they're just like, they have no idea which one I am. And I would rather sit there and get the, you know, 100 points for the whole minute of me hiding with my pursuers directly near me, which should be wrong. Because, okay, you want a solution, by the way, guys, for this stealth? Okay, anybody remember Corruption from ACR? When there was people close to you, you got points the more people that were close to you. Why that's not implemented in Manhunt? Like, if you can have it where there's 4 pursuers all around you and they don't know which one is you and they're standing around, you should get more points. How much you want to bet people would go away from this stun locking bullshit and they would try and be stealthy? It's as easy as that, guys. So instead of, you know, worrying about, oh, are they going to change the entire formula with a new yearly iteration, or would one whole year, you know, it's not that far. Honestly, I really don't think it's that far, and I think it's great that things like the game labs are coming out. I think that's going to mean a whole lot. I know that me, for like a fact, I'm going to be trying to figure game labs out, because if I can find a way to fix the game in my own vision to the point where there's balance and it incentivizes people to play stealthy, you know, you could craft a stealthy mode where people are rewarded for it, or you could just go like all out and just make it so that all those assassinate kills, like reckless kills, are the most points. If that's what you want to do, then so be it. But I do want to thank Lady Trickster for making a really awesome video. I do respect her videos, and I thought it was a really great way for her to end AC3. You know, kind of like she's kind of tentative on AC4, and sorry about the loss, guys. I thought it was a fun gameplay, so I don't really know what to say there. So if there's anything you guys want to ask me, feel free to drop a comment down below. If you guys have enjoyed the video, or if you hated it, maybe drop a dislike. I don't really care. Not gonna affect me. I ain't gonna sleep any different tomorrow night. So I'm Nick, also known as Born Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.